Guys, welcome to today's vlog. I have a new camera to vlog with, so I've been trying different modes of it, but it is, gosh darn it, what day is it? Wednesday.
Wait.
No.
Tuesday.
Sorry. It's Tuesday, March 31st, and tomorrow I am having a scope. I'm having my colonoscopy and endoscopy, and I'm kind of scared, not gonna lie about it. I've never had it done before, and yesterday the hospital team had told me that I wouldn't have had to do any prep for it because I've basically been prepping for it for the past month. And if you want to know what prep entails, just Google it. So I thought I was going to avoid that, but it turns out no. GI came in today, this morning, and was like, we don't know why they said that, because we definitely want you to prep a little bit more. So that's been kind of made today a little, I wouldn't say rough, just a little frustrating. It's not the end of the world. I would have just really appreciated it if they correctly communicated to the GI like they said they did yesterday, but really they didn't. But anyways, nothing I could do about it now. It's almost 5 p.m. so I'm going to take my 5 p.m. meds soon, and then I'm also going to get a blood transfusion tonight. Oh, I have so many breakouts, ignore that. Because my hemoglobin is still low, and I got an iron infusion last week, I think, last Thursday I want to say. But my hemoglobin still isn't going up. So to give me the best chance with anesthesia and with recovering from anesthesia tomorrow, they want to give me a blood transfusion, which I am fine with, and I think it's something that's really smart considering where my levels are. That's kind of the update for now. And yeah, I've just been hanging out. So fun here in the hospital. But my dad washed my hair for me today, which is really nice of him. And I put my hair into braids, so there's that. Trigger warning if you don't like the sight of blood, skip past like 7 seconds. But I started my blood infusion in my IV, and I'm still connected to TP and 11, and I should be going to get a scope at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, hopefully. So we're down here. It's happening. I'm getting scoped. Yeah. Hey guys, I've been up in my room for a couple of hours. I've just been sleeping since, and I think I'll update you guys most likely tomorrow on how it all went. But so far what we know is there's no obvious reason, but they took some biopsies and we should get those results in the next couple of days. Hi guys, I'm still planning on doing the update tomorrow, kind of how today went more tomorrow. I know the vlog started off very abruptly, but we really didn't think it was actually going to be able to be possible to do scopes today, this morning. And so when we were told they were still going forward with it, or we were pretty happy, which I know sounds really weird. Because who wants a scope? But when you have no other answers and you've done every other test under the sun, it's, yeah. So I'm still kind of not 100% with it. That's why I don't trust myself to give an update right now, but I will share more tomorrow. I'm gonna sign off for tonight. Hi guys. So the next video is going to be filmed in the same exact spot as well, but I didn't really fully 100% vlog the colonoscopy, and well, obviously not during it, but like the whole process. So I thought I would kind of bring you through what it was like getting a colonoscopy and an endoscopy, and I'm going to be honest in this video, so be forewarned. So when you have a colonoscopy, you have to do bowel prep, but I had to do Miralax for a full day before the scope. I was supposed to go down at 8, I can't remember. My memory's super cloudy today. But let's see. But they ended up, I remember, woke up at 9:30 and they came and got me about 9:30 to go down. And I took my vitamins and I took those, but I wasn't able to take anything else because you have to not be eating anything or drinking anything unless you need vital meds. And then I was wheeled down there and I was in pre-op, and the anesthesiologist came and talked about that I can't have propofol because I have a really adverse reaction when I have it. And she actually had me in my previous port surgery and she remembered me, which is kind of sad but funny at the same time. And she was like, on paper you look horrible, but like I see you and like you look fine. And she was like, I know you're not fine. And I'm just like, I know, looks are deceiving. But before I knew it, they gave me some Versed, which basically is a relaxing medication that I tend to do pretty well with and that I really prefer to ease myself. And actually this time I remember going into like the room where they were doing the scope, and I remember it was super cold. It was super cold. But they put the oxygen mask on me and had me take deep breaths, and then they started pushing the anesthesia and my IV, and before I knew it I was awake, and I was very out of it, but I was awake. My throat was really sore, and that was because I actually had a breathing tube when I was doing the scope. So since I was under general anesthesia, and because I'm a mito kid, and because my body, you just don't know what my body is going to do, as a precaution they just put a breathing tube in, even though I don't have any respiratory issues. They did that as a precaution. So they put the breathing tube in to keep my airways open while I was under anesthesia. And so my throat was pretty sore when I woke up, but thankfully it didn't hurt. Because it's hurt in the past when I've had surgeries in the past from the breathing tube, but it didn't, and I'm thankful. And then I got back up to my room, like took my meds, and then I just was so out of it and like just passed out asleep for a couple of hours. And then yeah, I just super cloudy, super out of it. But I was nauseous when I was waking up, and they gave me some Zofran. And I don't remember saying I was nauseous or being nauseous, but I was told I was nauseous, so I was still waking up then. I just don't remember that part, which is funny. And then I got back up to my room and I was super out of it, and I just passed out for a couple of hours and then woke back up for a few hours, and then I went to bed. And for the next couple of days I had the anesthesia cloud, is what I call it, and I always forget about it until I'm put under anesthesia. Is that after like the couple of days following, I just feel so out of it and just like not with it, just like so out of it. And that's just how it's affected me. I don't know if it affects anybody like that, but it affects me like that. And I want to say the day after the scope, that night was when I kind of had a crash, but I think it also had to do with going down on TPN that same night and having everything in my system the day before and having a scope, going under anesthesia, which is always a big thing for my body to go through. So I was not feeling great that day, and the day after that wasn't the best day either. But finally, like after that last day, the cloud kind of lifted and I'm kind of back to myself. It kind of took me, let's see, I had the scope on Wednesday, so it probably took me up until like Saturday to get back to feeling like in my own headspace, like without the anesthesia cloud looming over me. But overall, my experience was pretty positive. I did have gas pain because they fill your stomach with air, so I did have quite a bit of gas pain, but other than that I didn't have any like abdominal pain, and I really only had nausea that once, thankfully. And then I was expecting my bottom to maybe feel a little sore, but it wasn't. I did, up until like literally yesterday, have an irritated throat from the combination of the breathing tube but also the endoscopy. But that was my experience, and if you want to know the results, basically showed absolutely nothing. Okay guys, sorry, the nurse today keeps interrupting me when I'm making the video. That was awkward, that was weird. But basically, I was found to have some mild ulcers in my duodenum, in my rectum, and then in my sigmoid colon. And I know that sounds like it could be ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, but it is not. Just because of the condition of the ulcers and because they said of the way they looked and how mild they were, it could have been because of the bowel prep, it could have been because of what I've been through the past month, but they weren't significant enough to even minorly contribute to the diarrhea. So that was really the only thing that showed. So in the next video, you'll find out what we found from a completely different test. Hope you guys enjoy this informational video about and learning way too much about the insides of my body. Yeah. Maybe I'll refilm this. I don't know. But if I don't, enjoy this.